Welcome, adventurers, to Hazards and Hijinks, the live-action fantasy role-playing improv show. My name is Hero Carlisle, and I am your Dungeon Master. Thank you so very much for tuning in tonight. Tonight, our adventurers are about to embark on an improvised adventure with you, where they will have to fend off the dangers that lie deep in the kingdom of Improvia, as voted by you, the audience. That's right, we took to our social media to gather suggestions on what kind of creatures and monsters our heroes will face. Tonight, that means sea monsters and fairies. Will they survive? I hope. It'd be kind of embarrassing to kill them in the second show that we've ever had, but we'll see. That's the great thing about this show. We have no idea what's going to happen. Since we are not performing in a theater tonight, Fancy Hobo needs your continued help. As we are raising donations, we are bringing greater shows for you all over the streaming platform so that you can have the best content possible. This show survives off of your generous donations, and we would greatly appreciate anything you are willing to donate at this time. To make a donation directly to us, head over to Venmo and send the donation to Fancy Hobo Improv, which is in the bottom right corner of your screen. Not only will you get to say that you're helping Fancy Hobo, but you can also be part of the show. That's right. When you donate, the little icon, our Fancy Hobo will spin and tip his hat to you, and then you will have a chance to be part of our show. Your name may be included as a character in one of our shows. Maybe even a basilisk will be named after you. Who can say? Find out tonight by just donating anything you can to Fancy Hobo Improv. With that out of the way, let's introduce tonight's party, starting with Holly Scott playing Alera, the elf mercenary.
Rah, rah. Slay the dragon! I have done it. I am the best.
Phil Nieto as Philos, the Thundering Deep, the Wyvern Wizard.
Welcome, smelly humans, to the magical adventure.
Robert the Chocolate Bear Heger as Zed, the Orc Monk.
May the righteous light guide you and protect you on your journeys.
Roberto Ferreras as McDuffey, the Human Druid.
Hey, what's going on, man? Did you know plants have thoughts? Crazy.
And in his first show with us at Hazards and Hijinks and Fancy Hobo Improv, Tyler Koontz as Snuggdar, the Gnome Priest.
Hello! Have you heard of our fur father, the celestial kitten? Here, have a pamphlet.
Now that we've gathered our adventuring party together, we're about ready to get this adventure started. So why don't we start it off with a hearty huzzah? 3, 2, 1, huzzah! With that, we descend back into the realm of Improvia, where improv is king and adventure is his sultry mistress. The party, as we know, is found themselves in the Broken Tankard, the tavern in the orc town of Oakvale. There, they drink deeply of their cups and reminisce on the adventures that they have just had. But times are tight. Orcs are not prone to ask for quests, and certainly not the type to give help when help is needed. And so the adventurers have found themselves in a bit of a dry spell for several weeks. In that time, they have made friends with Zed, the Orc Monk, and Snuggdar, the Gnome Priest, who have joined their adventuring party in hopes of riches, rewards, glory, and great deeds.
I sure could use an adventure. I don't know about you, but I am pretty bored.
Yeah, elf lady. I mean, I'm not as attached to violence as you or Philos is, but it's been a long time since I turned into a bear and ate somebody.
That's true.
And I haven't found any new people to join the celestial kitten. Oh, praise the fur father.
I mean, I keep telling you, little dude, I'll pray to your God, but can I just become a kitten of celestial nature? Because I can turn into animals.
That would be Amazing. Yes, please. I'd love to see you turn into the celestial kitten.
All right, man. But
I am not prone to violence. I want you to know I simply seek adventure for adventure's sake. And also the money. I enjoy the money. And I've drank through most of what we've earned killing Mondidus, so I'm ready to go.
You kind of do like the violence, though. I'm not going to lie. I think you are a little more prone than you think you are at the violence point.
I
mean,
know
in
several spells that are not violent at all. I just rarely use them, because why bother?
I mean, like, I think both of you, you guys aren't bad people, man. Dragon Man and Elf Lady, you're not bad folk. It's just, you're, you're bashy. You make fire happen at people. Kind of cool.
I am bashy. That's the best anyone's ever said of me. Oh, thank you, McDuffie.
Out of curiosity, who was arguing that we were bad people? Because you seem to be the first one to introduce that concept when arguing against it.
Well, no, man. I'm just saying, like, I tend to, like, live my life in a more kind of in touch with nature kind of way. Remember that time that I spent an entire month as a rose bush, man? I learned so much about the value of peace. And also,
you were very pretty.
bees. Oh, stop that, Philos. You're going to make me blush, man.
Yeah,
Very pretty rose bush, and you smelled much nicer as a rose bush than you do as a human. That's for certain.
I'm sorry
Oh,
for bringing
thanks,
up the
man.
arm temporarily to put in my hair. That was my bad. Sorry.
Well, I haven't been with you very long, but you seem like jolly good fellows. I much enjoy your company.
Yes, I expected. Yeah. I expected to be traveling more with you. When I joined up, I would like to leave these lands. They remind me of too much. Past, I'd rather leave behind.
Maybe we can check the board outside. Maybe someone's placed a parchment or something out there so we can gain some employment. Maybe bash some.
Yeah, let's go take a look at the board, Elf Lady. Also, Green Dude, there's like a rage inside of you that you seem to really keep down, and I respect that kind of tenacity and effort.
Well, there used to be a lot of rage in me when I was a young orc, and I don't walk that path anymore.
You know, man, a monkey once told me a really wise thing about anger, man. He told me anger is like grabbing on to a thistle when you really want to throw that thistle at someone else, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah, that is wise wisdom from that monkey.
Yeah, man. Dude, monkeys are wise. Also assholes. They will take your shit.
I go and check the board outside to see if there's any parchments for employment.
Alera makes her way outside to the guild hall board, where there is a single elderly orc pinning a poster to it. Oh!
Hello, well met. You need some assistance from perhaps an adventuring party? Because I just happen to have one.
I do. My cow's gone missing, and I need someone to get it back.
Missing cow. Was it stolen by goblins, perhaps?
It was stolen by fairies. Fairies in the night came and took my Maribel, and now I need an adventuring party to go and get her back.
Normally I would probably pass on something like this, but since we got nothing else going on, I think this might be something I could do. Hang on, let me go get my party. Fellas, I got us some work.
Excellent.
Yes.
Nicely done.
Find a cow.
We gotta go get a cow?
Yeah.
What?
I can respect that journey. Let us go.
Thank you, Zed. But for the rest of you who aren't too sold on it, it's an orc whose cow got stolen by, get this, fairies. We'll go find some fairies.
Ah!
Yeah.
Like like the tiny little like tricky ones, or like the happy summery ones, or like them crazy like winter ones that you don't want to make a deal with because they'll cut you?
You know, I didn't ask. I'm sorry, I didn't get that much info, but
That's okay.
I'm sure it's one that is pretty big enough to steal a cow, or at least a lot of them. So why not? And what else are we doing? Drinking? Like, I can drink anytime.
You know, I've never seen a cow before. This could be rather entertaining.
Really?
Yeah, I grew up in the mountains and the forest. No cows.
I'll tell you what,
there.
I'm about to blow your mind, little dude. Hop on my back, man, and I pull up my hood and pull it back to reveal I'm turning into a cow.
Oh, he's got little horns.
So, I have an idea. It's not terribly scrupulous.
Okay.
But listen. We send McDuffie to this old orc whose vision probably isn't that great. Tell him we found this cow. We get the money to keep drinking. Right? McDuffie transforms back into himself, comes and joins us. When he comes back to hire people to find his cow again, we repeat.
That does not sound very noble.
Yeah. I don't think
I cannot do that.
I prefaced it by saying it might be unscrupulous. I know it's not noble.
Or we could just go find the cow and do it the honest way.
Fine. The point of having a druid that can turn into animals, we can't even use him to trick people who hire us to find animals.
Well, these animals are delightful. I say we find it right away.
Snuggdar hops onto the back of McDuffie in his cow form and rides out to greet the old orc. That's not my Maribel! Oh, no, Maribel has 2 brown spots over each of her eyes.
Oh, don't you worry. We're gonna go find your cow right away. This is just my friend here, McDuffie. You say...
Now that we have a good description of what Maribel looks like, though, guys...
I her better. I agree with you, Philos.
That's right. Now, besides looking for your cow, perhaps you'd be looking for spiritual enlightenment. Here, I have a pamphlet for the celestial kitten.
Keep your pamphlet to yourself. I want my cow. I'll be able to pay you 5 silver pieces for my cow.
All right, let's go.
That's not a lot of silver. That's not even enough for one of us to drink for an hour.
Well, I'm sorry my quest isn't good enough for you.
No, we'll take it.
We'll take it. We're bored.
That's what I thought. Now the fairies keep to themselves at the fairy circles. They're deep in the woods. There you should find my Maribel. Kill those fairies for me, for I am too old to bring orc justice to them myself.
Okay. All right.
All right, sure.
Adventurers, on our way! Oh.
And with that, the adventurers set off deep into the woods, knowing exactly where the fairy circle was located, because they had been there before.
It's been a couple of months since we've been here. Uncow now, brown cow.
Whoa.
We've been here. Oh, sorry, little dude. You all right? You all right, little dude? Do you mean to help you up?
Okay, I'm good. No worries.
All right, little dude. That's good, man. Hey,
McDuffie, I have a question I've never asked you before.
Sure.
And as a friend, I hope you won't think less of me. If we get
all
lost,
right, what's up?
If we get lost and are starving, and we have to eat someone in the party, and you turn into a cow, will you taste like a cow when we eat you?
It's still cannibalism. Well, not really.
Is it though? Not
no,
for me.
I'm not a human, and you're not a human either. Actually, no. We could technically admit Duffey as he is. It's not cannibalism at all. None of us are humans but him.
I mean,
I'm just wondering.
I don't. Well, from my experience, Philos, every time I turn into an animal, I kind of lose a lot of McDuffie, and I just become the animal. So, I probably would taste good. I mean, I don't know. I don't eat meat when I am human. When I'm a wolf, though, holy shit, is meat good. Like, I can't get enough of that shit.
I filed that information away. Thank you.
Yeah,
Let's
no
keep
problem,
going
man.
into these dark, scary woods with no food.
Well, let me see here. Perhaps we could find some cow poop. So the cow or something. It's an animal, of course. Let me...
You know what? That's it, little dude. Let's look for some cow poop. You got better peepers than I do.
Let's see if I perceive around here.
All right, let's roll for it. Oh, that's a 10 from where I can see it, which means you find no cow poop. The forest, there's lots of bear poop and some deer poop and squirrel poop aplenty, but no cow poop to be found anywhere.
No, little dude, I didn't find any. I did find some squirrel poop. Reminds me of mom and dad.
Suddenly, you are surrounded by glittering lights and snickering and laughter. Hee hee hee, ha ha ha, hee hee hee, ha ha ha. Welcome, adventurers bold and daring. You have returned to the fairy circle.
Yes, we have returned. It is I, Alera of Aquafolium, your cousin in the Fae, and of course my band of contrabands with me. And we are here to retrieve a cow for not a lot of gold. Actually, no gold.
You will remember I am Danielle, the elf fairy queen, who is both an elf and a fairy. She transforms into her elf form. Yes.
Excuse me, miss. My memory is a little fuzzy because I keep becoming different kinds of sentient creatures. Are you the lady whom with I made a bet? I don't remember what I bet, but I remember I bet my soul over it, and you ate a sandwich. Am I right on that?
No, that's
yes.
Nancy. That's Nancy.
That was my cousin Nancy who you bet your soul for a sandwich. I, Danielle, offered you safe harbor on a night of dark terrors. Now you come to me seeking a cow. I have a cow. I have named her Jessie.
Well, if that Jessie cow is also named Mackenzie, we are in business, friend.
Maribel.
Also Maribel, because Mackenzie's not a good name for a cow, but Maribel definitely is.
No, Mackenzie is a terrible name for a cow, but Jessie is a lovely name for a cow. Why have you come to take my cow from me?
Well, you know, it's not yours, and the owner would like it back, so we'd like it, please.
Curses be upon you. I cast you now into the deep, dark woods. She waves her hands and you find yourself in the deep, dark woods.
Counter spell. We're already here.
Oh, you're a little slow on the draw, Philos, and your counter spells.
Very fast.
Well, we're in middle of the darkness.
Ha ha ha! Hoo hoo hoo! You have offended Danielle, the elf fairy queen, and now you must pass her test to determine if you are clean. I am Lisa, the game master fairy. I shall test your bold and daring.
Oh.
Ooh. All right.
I like the rhyme at the end. That was nice.
Oh, thank you. I worked on it for many moons.
Seems like too long.
Yeah, I felt like you kind of missed the mark. Like, if it was a couple moons.
You do not understand the way of the fairies. Who are you to judge? Into the deep dark wood with you!
No,
she waves her hands
What?
and you are cast further into the deep dark woods.
Maybe you should just have that counterspell on lock, so that way you could just cast it instead of having to wait for it, Philos.
To be fair, I thought we could talk her out of it. and I was wrong.
Hee hee, ha ha ha, hoo hoo hoo. I am Jeremy, the fairy.
Hello, Jeremy the fairy. We are...
Jeremy, your voice sounds quite deep for a fairy.
What do you know of fairies? Into the deep dark woods with you.
Oh, goodness, again with the dark.
So we're in the darkest. Yes. Yeah, darkest dark forest. Okay.
You find yourself in the darkest dark forest. There is no light, and the sound of chittering and darkness pervades every inch. Shadows give way to cold chills, which give way to dark desires of the deep things.
Perhaps I should aim for a little guidance from the celestial kitten. I'm going to detect good and evil.
All right, let's roll for that. That looks like an 18. Go ahead, make your detection.
Oh, celestial fair father, tell us if we be in danger. Show us the evildoers or the gooders of light. With your...
Meow! I shall find for you a champion of good. Poofing out of nowhere comes a paladin decked in armor. Huh! Hello! I am Tirth, the paladin. How may I aid you, adventurer?
Greetings, Tirth, the paladin. I am Philos, the thundering deep, the wizard, and this is my adventuring party.
No,
I am the leader.
No,
and
you are not.
we have been cast into these dark, terrible woods by some fairies who are angry about us asking about their cow.
Philos is not the leader of this group. I, Alera of Aquafolium, am the only one of semi-royal blood. I am the leader of this group.
Hey, guys, how many times I got to tell you guys, like, I'm an anarchist. I don't believe in royalty, so I do not recognize either of you as leadership. I think we are a commune here, and we all contribute equally.
I see the problem. You have no unity as a party, and so you wander aimlessly in the dark wood. The fairies have set to test you. I have seen this before.
Right, here's the thing. I'm the leader, and I think Zed agrees. Zed, if you agree with me, don't say anything.
Zed, say something.
How dare
This
you?
all seems like some kind of trick.
The one time, Zed.
He said stuff, therefore, I'm the leader. Now, you look like a very nice, handsome, extra handsome, I mentioned you're handsome. You look really good, and you're going to help us out, right? Because, you know, that'd be really...
I have offered you my aid. I have addressed the problem that seems to be at the core of your party, a management and leadership problem.
Oh.
So I think the thing that the magic person is trying to point out, everybody, is that we need to have, like, a talk about, like, who's in charge and why and what is in charge and why is what in charge is in charge and who is why in charge of what.
Exactly. That would be my assessment. The anarchist has it correct. I am happy that I could have been assisted to you, and now I shall return to my sojourns. Tirth begins to turn and walk into the deep dark woods.
They just keep adding deep to that.
Yeah,
Maybe we should follow him.
Yeah.
Or you know, I since I left the Covenant, I've been feeling that maybe this is my destiny to meet you guys and be your leader.
No, man, I don't. You're way too new for that. Nah.
That's fair. That's fair. Yes.
That's not.
So shall we?
I appreciate the gumption in asking, though. I respect it.
I mean, everyone needs to start somewhere, and I think that you should start from the bottom. That's where I started. That's where everyone started. So you're on the bottom. I'm on the top. Philo's slightly below me. McDuffie below him. And then Zed, you're somewhere in the lower region. That's just how this party works. It's hierarchy.
So are we following the paladin or not?
Yeah, of course.
No, yeah, we got to follow the paladin. But I still think we need to circle back around to this. Perhaps we should draft a party constitution.
We have democratically decided to follow the paladin. We've reached a decision. We have no unity problem. Let's go.
All right.
The party turns,
I am following
and Turf the paladin is gone.
Oh, well.
I think this proves that discussing things and all deciding before we do things takes too long, and we should just listen to what I say. All in favor? Me. And as I just described, that's enough because talking about it takes too long.
Okay.
Great.
Well, how about we just find the dude?
He's gone.
Hold on, I got this. Ominous voice in the sky. I'm going to use my druidic powers to turn into an eagle and fly up and get a bird's eye view.
All right, let's roll to see if that worked. That looks like a 9 from where I can see it. So you fly around, striking a tree branch and tumbling back to the ground.
Oh, eagle! Eagle.
Oh no, Duffey! Here, I got you. I'll use my curing word. Oh, celestial fur father, let me grant him the healing that he needs. And I give him a nice lick.
Oh, eagle! Eagle! Oh, eagle! Eagle! Oh, eagle! Eagle! Ah. Eagle, 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 eagle.
All right, we agree.
The many eagles, yes, got it. Okay. So maybe I could call out to the paladin. Maybe I can do some kind of voice work. Try. I call out to the paladin.
All right, let's roll to see if that works. Oh, that looks like a 4 from where I'm standing. So no, you do not call out the paladin. Instead, a fairy appears floating.
Shit, now another one.
Hello, I am Chuck the fairy.
Yeah. Chuck the fairy, got it. Let me guess, you're going to send us to the darkest part of the forest, huh?
This is the darkest part of the forest.
Hey, it can't get worse. That's great.
So, right, that is pretty nice. I'm glad that we're at the bare bottom of this, but we're trying to get out to find the cow. Can you help us out? What do we got to do to get you to bring us to the next level up, back to where Jeremy was, so we could, keep going up and find this cow?
I can tell you where the cow is, as I do not like to be the master of the darkest part of the dark wood.
Okay. So if we get you out of the darkest part, you will give us the cow.
No, right? I will tell you where the cow is.
Oh, all right. Well, that works too.
Only you alone can get the cow.
Me personally? Just Alera of Aquafolium? The cute one?
Your whole party. Sorry, I didn't mean to confuse you. The whole party.
Yeah. Okay, all of us. We can all go, but you can't go. So
no.
We just got to get you out of this level, and then you'll tell us via directions how we alone can go get the cow. Savvy?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, do that. Let's do it. I'm making an executive decision. We're doing it.
And how would you like to do that?
I don't know. Philos, ideas?
Yes. We will carry him out.
Good, cool. Yes.
This is the darkest part of the forest. It can't get any worse. So if we just walk in some direction, it's going to start getting better, right?
Eagle.
I second that plan.
Eagle.
Yeah. Maybe McDuffie can turn into a giant, beast of burden and carry this fairy. Although the fairy seems pretty small, but,
I was going to say, I don't know that you need a beast of burden to carry a fairy. Just hop in a pocket.
Oh, no, we have one. We have a beast of burden. He's now a cow again. Look at that.
Oh, I love it. He's such a cutie.
Oh.
I gotta say, I kind of like McDuffie the cow. I think this could be a thing for you. All right. Well, hop on, Chuck, and we're off to find your way out of the basement of the forest.
Chuck floats atop McDuffie, and they begin to set off from the darkest part of the wood.
We should go right, because elves always go right. That's just the way it is. So, right.
This is 360 degrees of direction. It's a forest. There's no right.
Well, I'm standing facing this way, and to my right is that direction, so that's the way we go. Right.
Fine.
And so they headed off right, and they made their way for several miles, tracking through the wood, until they came across a pond. Ah, I know this place. This is the pond of the twice darkest part of the wood. You have fulfilled your obligation. I shall set up shop here and be the master of this realm.
Excellent. And hopefully Jeremy will not be so mad that you're sharing spots with him.
Jeremy can suck my fairy wings for all I care.
Ooh, harsh insult.
That's,
all right.
Yeah.
Do you have any gold to offer us to take out Jeremy for you? Because I didn't really like his attitude, and I wouldn't mind the extra work.
Yeah.
Considering how well you've accomplished your tasks thus far, I would leave the assassination of Jeremy to more competent adventurers. To you, I will simply tell where you can find the cow.
Wait, hold on, man. Hold on. Like, normally I am not a violent dude, but like, I can commit violence if I need to, man. We are capable. Philos does lightning and fire. Elf legs, she'll kill you with that umbrella. Little dude, I don't know. Actually, I don't know what he's got.
He's got the cats.
I can summon the powers from the celestial kitten, and he can guide us.
I don't know what that means, little dude. Green dude, punch a hole in your face.
I do not do unwarranted violence anymore. That is a path I walk no more.
Right through your face.
If I were to assess your problem, it is an unclear establishment of leadership. Each of you want to establish your own independent way, and so you have no cohesive group unit. How could I give you a task like destroying Jeremy when all of you want to lead and pull in your own direction? You would be incompetent in that task.
He's calling us out.
Wow, damn.
I have no interest in leading. I have walked that path before.
Thank you, Zed. Thank you.
Damn.
Thank you for your endorsement of myself as the leader of this group, as we've already established multiple times.
No.
Look, guys, I think as much as I am not a fan of the glowy dude, I think he's got a point. Like, we've been digging around in these woods for a while now, and I think we just keep going in circles because we can't really decide that, you know, what to do. And I think the reason we can't decide what to do is because we're all too busy, like that dude said, wanting to be the boss. And I think the way to do this is to make either everyone the boss or no one the boss.
Then no one will be leading. That seems silly.
Both those things mean no one's the boss. Why are you trying to trick us with a choice?
All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give Philos enough rope to fail. All right? So, Philos, I'm going to take a backseat for just this adventure and let you be Mr. Boss Man, big man, boss man, and see what you can do. So when you fail, and you will, I'll take the reins back over. That sounds very magnanimous of me.
Perfect. Couple problems. First, I prefer Boss Wyvern, Big Wyvern, Boss Wyvern.
Fine, whatever.
Second, you don't have the reins to hand over, but I will keep holding on to them as I've been doing.
Sure, and then when you fall on your ass, or whatever wyverns have, I'll take over again. and lead us to
Does
glory.
anyone want to know where the cow is? Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Oh, you are the most irritating group of mortals that I have ever encountered. I have tried. I have been helpful. Do you think I'm incapable of flying to a different part of the wood myself? I gave you a simple task to help you accomplish it so that you could get somewhere. But no, you wanted to bicker and argue. You know what? Screw this. To the deepest part of the wood. To with all of you.
Oh no! Oh,
You
dear.
find yourself in the deepest, darkest part of the wood.
Yeah, we
all
heard
right,
that
so now
coming.
we know we have to go right to get out. So
Right.
Okay, great leader. Let's do it.
walk to the right.
I will.
You walk to the right, and you find yourself at the creek where Chuck is fluttering around impatiently. Oh, wow, look at that. You guys worked together and accomplished something. How did that feel? I bet it felt great. You've never done anything like that before, have you?
Chuck,
Well, no,
you're
that was-
very, really
that-
good.
Yeah.
No,
man.
all of you speak at the same time. That illustrates my point so clearly. To the deepest part of the wood with you.
I didn't say anything, so that's
You
that.
find yourself in the deepest, darkest part of the wood once again.
I'm walking to the left and not close to Chuck the fairy. We'll go the other way. I don't want to see him again.
You
Alright.
begin walking to the left, and after several hours, you come across Jeremy, the fairy. Hello, it's me, Jeremy. How are you?
Hi, Jeremy.
Hey, Jeremy.
You ran into
Hello.
this other fairy named Chuck that was trying to depose you in the darkest part of the woods. Just so you know.
Yeah, he's kind of an
Oh.
asshole. We don't like him very much now.
Yeah, no, he has a short fuse.
Very rude.
Hey, Jeremy, sorry about earlier. We didn't mean to be a group of dicks. Sorry.
It's
about that.
okay. It's okay. It happens sometimes. I mean, I have a voice that's very disarming. It doesn't sound like a fairy voice at all, so I understand why some people would be confused. Sometimes I have a bit of a short temper, and I may have overreacted by sending you to the deepest, darkest part of the wood.
I mean, I'm a 7'4" elven lady with gorgeous body, but the voice of a human man. So I get it. I get it. I'm with you. So I get it.
Well, yeah, that's a statement that I, as a fairy, don't know how to process. But
You know.
I can tell you the next part of your adventure. You are looking for the cow, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Somewhere in this wood, you will find a creek. This creek has a nymph inside it. The nymph guards the secret of the cow. If you can discern the secret of the cow from her, you can take the cow from Danielle without anyone being the wiser.
The
Okay.
secret of the cow from the nymph. Perfect. Where can we locate this nymph? My good
Like I
man.
said, there is a creek many, many leagues from here to the right where you will find it.
It's the creek where Craig's at. Or Chuck. Whatever the hell his name is. Some C name.
This is why you're not the leader. Gotta remember people's names, Alera. They don't respect you if you don't remember their name.
Philos, I'm just a little bit down on myself right now, okay? Because I thought I was pretty good at being a leader, but everyone else thinks I'm shitty. So can you just lay off, bro? For just a second?
Oh, hey now, hey, come on, you are a great leader. Come on, we're just giving somebody else a chance, you know. Let's just share in the what do we got here, and let's go see Chuck. Why don't we, eh?
Okay, let's go see Chuck.
With that, the adventuring party set off to find Chuck. And while they're setting off, I'd like to remind you that you can donate at any time on Venmo to Fancy Hobo Improv. Get a name dropped in the episode like all of these lovely people who have been our fairies thus far. All right. After many trudging hours, they find themselves back at the creek, where Chuck flutters angrily. Oh, great. Look who it is. It's you two. And the rest of you.
But now, Chuck,
Oh.
hold it. Philos has led us here.
Yeah, he's
Wow! Congratulations! Oh! What am I
you.
supposed to do with that?
Nothing.
Hey, man,
we just wanted you to know.
Yeah.
Yes, and speaking of which, before I just wanted to tell you about the celestial kitten. He is a great fur father, and he supports us, and he will help you if you have him in your heart. Here is a pamphlet.
Thank you. He tosses the pamphlet behind him. It falls into the creek.
Oh. Well, we're looking for a nymph, Chuck.
The nymph. So, you have actually accomplished something. You now know the next step of your adventure. Yes, he flutters around the creek. Somewhere deep in this creek, you will find a nymph. She holds the secret to get you to the cow. There you will know the truth. And then Chuck disappears into the creek.
Deep in the creek. I can't imagine that the creek is very deep.
I wonder if he means, does he mean like down the creek or in the creek? We gotta, you know what I mean?
I mean, deep means like deep, right? I mean, down the creek, you'd think he would have said far down the creek, but he said deep in the creek.
Well, there is only really one way to find out, and I will jump into the creek.
All right, let's roll to see how you do. That looks like an 18 from where I'm sitting. So yes, you dive into the creek and find that it is much deeper than it appears. In fact, it is a lake. So deep, in fact, that you swim down, 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 deep until its bottom. And there you find a nymph. Hello, orc. Allow me to cast a spell. She waves her hand. Now you can breathe water and communicate with me for a short time down here. My name is Stephanie. I am the nymph of this creek. How can I help you?
Hello, Stephanie. I am here for your secret.
Ah, my secret. I shall tell you. The cow is located inside the pearl. The pearl is located inside the clam, and the clam is located inside the Charybdis.
And where is this Charybdis?
Well, that's easy enough to find. The Charybdis is here beside us. This is Kelsey, the Charybdis. Suddenly a large sea monster rears up and begins to open its mighty jaws. As it does, a massive whirlpool begins to form in the creek and suck you deep inside it. From where the rest of the party stands on the outside, you see a massive whirlpool form, and the creek disappears into the deep beneath before regurgitated out, spewing forth Zed, who lands on the side of the shore.
Oh, Zed, you're alive!
That's Deep Creek.
Hello. Yes, we have to go fight a monster.
Well, say no more, friend. I'm all about... Wait. Philos, can we go fight a monster? Oh, precious leader.
Yes.
Great.
That
I'm ready to
sounds
go.
like the thing to do.
Let's dance.
Cannonball!
The party jumps into the deep creek and begin to descend deeper, deeper down. Let's roll to see how they do holding their breath. Oh, a natural 20. Philos remembers he has a spell, and he casts a spell on all of you, enabling you to breathe underwater without having to hold your breath. You can all communicate underwater as well.
Yeah.
This is
Pretty cool, right?
This is amazing!
That's in your back pocket. That was pretty good. Nicely done.
In the distance, you can see a massive monster rearing up. Its many carapaced hide reveals a massive maw that begins to open, and as it does, a whirlpool forms. Alera, what do you do?
Well, I can't let you be too aggressive here, so I'm going to go ahead and give you the nicest little standard attack with my umbrella I can. Of course, the umbrella slash attack just right across the forehead. Shapow!
All right, let's roll. Oh, yes. That's 7 points of damage. You crack the outer carapace of the beast. Blood pools into the water around you. The mouth of the beast closes, and large tentacles appear out from beside it.
Tentacles! We got tentacles!
Philos, it's your turn. What do you do?
I've heard tales of Kelsey the Charybdis, and I know that living in the water, she is weak to electricity. So as a standard attack, I will use my ancestral breath weapon to breathe electricity, a giant bolt of lightning directly at her heart.
All right. Yes, that looks like 6 points of damage. A lightning bolt shoots out of your mouth, skitters across the water. Electricity flies everywhere, but strikes Kelsey the Charybdis true in her mouth, and she closes it once again. That would make it Zed's turn. Zed, what do you do?
I remember that the pearl is inside, so I try to forcefully open up the maw of the Charybdis, using all the power I can inside me.
All right.
Every single bit of power.
Yes, you grip onto the monster's maw and yank it open. The force of the whirlpool sucks you into its mouth, and you are dragged deep into its gut, where you find a clam shell. We'll come back to you. McDuffie, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
Oh no! And I use my druidic powers to quickly shapeshift from a fish as I jump out of the water into a flying fish, into a bird, and I fly down the thing's throat to go after my good buddy Zed. And as I'm flying down as a very angry sparrow, I peck the shit out of its neck for a simple attack.
Yes, a very effective simple attack. It coughs and gurgles as blood spews from its wound from the pecs. That would make it Snuggdar's turn. Snuggdar, what do you do?
Oh, I pull out me cat of nine tails, and I whip it around, and I call upon the Fur Father to cast a celestial kitten guiding bolt power attack, right at the maw.
Yes, that looks like 9. Wow, 11 points of damage. Its outer carapace completely shatters, revealing its tender meat. It opens its mouth, but a whirlpool does not form. It closes it tight and begins to move its tentacles about its area. Let's roll the monster's attack. Oh, that looks like a 4, so its tentacles whip around wildly, missing all of you as it tries to grab each of you. In its maw, you feel the acid at your feet, Zed, but it is minor, causing no damage to you at this point. Alera, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
That lightning strike seemed to do a number there, Snuggdar. I think I'm going to aid everything I can towards you. I shall aid Snuggdar. With a simple aid, of course. Basic aid.
All right. We will keep that in mind. Alera jumps forth and begins to stand next to Snuggdar, waiting for his attack. Philos, that would make it your turn. What would you like to do?
I will use some simple magic and cast a spinning blade attack. I thrust my staff toward Kelsey the Charybdis, and a spectral blade flies out of the tip, spinning around towards her heart.
All right. Yes, ooh, a massive wound. The spectral blade strikes Kelsey the Charybdis square in her heart. She lets out a moan of pain and closes her jaw tight. Zed, you are deep inside the Charybdis's gut. The clam is before you. What would you like to do?
I will smash open the clam with just a simple fist.
All right. Yes, the clam shatters in your fist and reveals a small pearl amongst the muscle and shrapnel of the once former clam. Inside the pearl, you see a small cow. That would make it McDuffie's turn. McDuffie, you are flying around the throat of Kelsey the Charybdis, seeing Zed beneath you. What would you like to do?
I use my druidic powers, great voice in the sky, to turn into an even larger bird. A giant, like a seagull, but huge. And I grab Zed by his shoulders and seagull, seagull, seagull.
You begin to fly higher and higher through the throat of the Charybdis. Snuggdar, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Using the power vested in me with friendship, I am emboldened with my cat of nine tails from Alera, and I call upon the Fur Father, and its spirit moves in me, and my eyes turn to cat eyes, and I go, and I, with piercing accuracy, and I whip, inflicting wounds for a standard attack.
A standard attack with the aid of Alera behind you, adding an additional die to the attack? Oh!
Oh!
Wow! That looks like 14 damage. You strike just where the spectral braid from Philos had struck before. You strike Kelsey. Her mouth opens wide and she lets out a gurgling sound as she collapses lifeless in the deep dark. Just then, a bird emerges from her mouth as the water floods in around, and Zed caught in the bird's claws as both are thrust out from the monster's maw down into the creek. You have successfully defeated Kelsey the Charybdis. Congratulations.
What a shot. Well done. Well done, friend. Whew.
And I have found the cow.
Where's the cow?
In here.
It's in a pearl?
That's a little cow, man. Are you sure that's a cow? That's really small.
Does that cow have 2 brown patches on it? Is it the right cow?
Maybe it's magic.
Looks like the right cow.
Well, only one way to find out, I guess. We could try to unmagic it out.
Yeah.
I will cast Dispel Magic on the pearl.
All right, let's roll to see how you did.
I will put it down first.
You'll be fine.
Yes, that looks like an 18 from where I'm sitting. A beam of magic hits the pearl and the pearl cracks open, revealing Maribel the cow, who quickly begins screaming because she's underwater without any way to breathe.
Yeah, probably a bad idea.
Oh, dear, yeah.
Tell that you did on us, friend.
Let's get it. Go.
Quick, to the surface.
All right, let's roll to see how quickly you swim to the surface. Ooh, that's a 4. You come to the surface and Maribel's lifeless body floats beside you.
I'm not going to say it. Yes, I am.
I give Maribel mouth to mouth.
Okay, let's see if that works. A 7. You feel her heart continue to beat. Someone else has to give her mouth to mouth.
I will do it.
Or yes,
go.
Oh,
hold on, everyone.
I'll push.
I got this.
You push. Okay, and then.
All right, let's roll for it. That looks like a 19. Maribel pushes McDuffie off of her. And she crawls herself out of the creek. You have successfully revived Maribel the cow.
Huzzah!
So there's only 2 problems I have, leadership of this group, that you should have. One, you probably should have let the marble be a marble until we finished whatever. But number 2, we're still in the semi-dark, deepest, darkest part of the forest, now with a cow. So we should probably find a way out of there, no? I'm just putting it out there. Not that I'm bitter. Philos?
Yeah, obviously we're not going to stay here. That was never the plan. Like, oh, look, we found the cow. Let's just stay in the deepest, darkest part of the woods.
Suddenly, Chuck the fairy appears. Oh, wow, that sounds like group unity if I've ever heard it.
Thank you, Chuck.
So, you've successfully gotten the cow. Does that mean that Kelsey the Charybdis is defeated?
Indeed it does.
Very well done. You have freed us from her tyrannical reign. Stephanie the Nymph will be extremely disappointed, but screw her. She was a terrible, terrible person.
Why would she be disappointed?
Well, because Kelsey was her best friend.
Ooh, you do not want to mess with the girl's best friend. You just don't. You just don't.
I see.
You're not going to come down on us for that.
So it's possible we could have just asked her for the clam?
I don't know. Yeah. But considering how well diplomacy works for this group, I'm surprised you even considered it.
It's fair, yeah.
True.
I did not consider it. I will be completely honest. I should have.
Well, Chuck, we would like to find a way to get out of this forest. If there's any information that you could disseminate to our group here, might be a good idea.
I will do you one better. I will just wave my magic little hands and send you all home.
Thank you, Chuck. That's quite magnanimous of you.
Thanks, man. That's real nice of you. Here, I got a little present for you, man. I found this in the woods. You boil it and drink it like a tea, and good things happen.
You people are unbelievable. He waves his hands, and you find yourself back at the broken tankard tavern.
Hey, is the ogre nearby?
Don't call him an ogre. He won't like that.
Orc. I'm sorry. I haven't met many people.
Pretty derogatory.
They're different peoples, man. You don't want to make that mistake. That's a little offensive, little dude. I don't call you a halfling, man. That's like, you know what I'm saying? Do you see where I'm coming from?
Totally. You're right. I just haven't been out in the real world for much, and I'm learning.
Doing okay, Snuggdar.
I forgive you.
Moo!
Yes, the cow.
We should
Where's
probably
our orc proprietor?
Yeah, we should probably find that old orc dude. Give him his cow back.
You make your way out of the tavern, and still standing by his post is the old orc, talking to anyone who will listen about how he needs his cow back. He looks, seeing Maribel, and runs towards her. My cow! Ah! He gives her a big hug and kisses her on the nose. I can't believe you found Maribel. You are an adventuring party of great renown.
Yes, and it was all thanks to our leader, Philos, the Thundering Deep.
Wow.
We did it together.
I'm giving you thanks. I'm praising you. Can I just have a moment? Thank you.
All right. Yes, it was all me. No one did anything else. I'm great.
Well,
anyway, here's your cow.
And I'll tell you, orc dude, she is only slightly French.
What does that mean?
Well, there was a monster in the water, and then there was drowning, and then undrowning. We got it though.
All right then. Well, as I promised, here are your 5 silver coins.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
Silver each? Would that work?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Great.
That's a couple drinks.
You all have a real consistent work relationship going on. I can tell that you guys can solve your problems all on your own. There's probably a lot of harmony and cohesion in this group.
It's true, yes.
We're getting there. Bit by bit. We're getting there.
You know what, man? What we are is we're people.
Well, no, you're a people. We're all other than people. But
well, no, you're people too, man. People doesn't mean human, elf lady. People means people, like elves and wyverns and little gnome dudes and big punchy green dudes. People, man, are people, regardless of anything. You know what I'm saying, man?
I'm with you. I like it.
I'm going to be honest with you. I never really cared about being leader. It just irked me that you were pretending to be leader. I think we should all just be a group of friends, traveling and deciding things together.
I can do that. I just, I'm just so used to leading that it's hard to take a back seat, but I can learn to be different. So, yeah.
You guys, this is so nice. Philos, you've come a long way. I'm so proud. And Alera, I am so proud of you guys. Everyone come here and give me a hug. I'm going to turn into a bear to give you a bear hug.
I love you, Bear.
Oh, God. Bear hug's bad. Bear, not good.
This is quite touching.
I will give you a...
All right, I'm in a bear hug.
With that, the party engaged in a bear hug and made their way back into the broken tankard for many drinks. They had many more adventures ahead of them, but that is a tale for another time, one that includes many hazards and more than a few hijinks. Thank you so much for tuning into Hazards and Hijinks, the live-action fantasy role-playing improv show. We hope you enjoyed this show. If you enjoyed tonight's show, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are still raising donations that can bring more live stream improv shows to you. Again, you can make that donation directly to us at our Venmo, so send it to Fancy Hobo Improv, which is just at the bottom of your screen. Our next show is next Saturday, July 25th at 8 p.m., and it's the Fancy Hobo Improv Show, our flagship short-form improv show based on suggestions from you. So be sure to follow our social media outlets to keep an eye out for those suggestions where you can submit to see part of the show. Thank you again for tuning in, and let's close out tonight's show with a hearty huzzah. 3, 2, 1, huzzah!
Huzzah!